All right, well, good afternoon. Today we have Jimmy Dunn, who's running for Houston County Sheriff with us. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Monica.
I'm glad to have you. The races are almost coming up next week with early voting, and so I have a few questions for you. I'm just wanting to get to know you more and let the voters know who you are. So first off, what do you think is the biggest issue or challenge that's facing the sheriff's office over the next 4 years, and how do you plan to solve that?
You know, you talk about challenges, issues, challenges. Here it is that Houston County hasn't had another sheriff other than Sheriff Houghton for 52 years, 13 different elections. So this is new. This is something new for Houston County. But when you look at it, filling his shoes, that's going to be tough. It's going to be like following Bear Bryant. I always say it, following Bear Bryant in his football career, being a next head coach, but following in his footsteps. But I would say staffing, but that's a national problem in law enforcement. But when I look at that, I had the preview of going down to the jail and walking around and taking a tour, about a 2-hour tour, and then going over on the courthouse side with a lieutenant over there and understanding it. So probably in the jail side, you're looking about 30-something staffing that we would probably have to increase. And because state court is added on that side, on the other side, on the state court side, on the court system side. So you would have to add a couple there because state court's had it now. So, I think staffing will probably be the biggest thing to the hurdle.
All right. Now, what data do you consider or will you consider most heavily when deciding if you are seeing Houston County move towards a safer community?
Yeah, that's the number one key. When you look at data, I always say it, we want to be number one at everything. So if it's pulled daily or however it's pulled, or, you always want to hit the charts in a state level and a national level. We want to be number one at everything. So, whether it's crime or reducing drugs on the street, we want to be a perfect world. We know this is not a perfect world. This is not Mayberry. This ain't Blue Bloods either. We're in New York City. So, we have to maintain at a capacity. So, being at the top, Houston County is the top of everything else. The school system, everything we do is top class, a place to retire. So we want to keep our citizens and the numbers low. And that's going to start with our department heads on day one. So at day one, we're going to have a meeting, and what's our pros, what's our cons, what's our weaknesses, what's our strengths. That's what I'm going to hit the ground running doing on day one.
All right. Now, how do you plan on making Houston County safer? Any plans you have, or what are your thoughts on that?
Well, to make it safer, there's different ways to look at it, because you got to remember, Houston County is just not made up of just Houston County Sheriff's Department. Yes, we serve all of Houston County. When you look at it, we have the city of Warner Robins, we got the city of Centerville, we got the city of Perry. So, it's going to take a group effort to make Houston County overall safer. All of them bring a big punch to the table. As far as Houston County Sheriff's Department, there's different ways we look at it. When I look at Houston County Sheriff's Department, there's different programs that we can put in place. What are we doing? It's just coming up right now. We're talking about summertime coming up. We just had a shooting in the city of Warner Robins. When we talk about that, what's the plans? What do we have put in place other than our churches do such a great job in Houston County, and put them in summer camps, kids. But what are we doing as far as other things? We have to find advocates out there to help us. When I talk about, we have the mental citizens, the mental behavioral health, the addiction. So as a whole, you're looking for, do we have the clinics, and things like that put in place? Not right now, and that's been in the talks and in the works. Now, it's going to be the partnership of not just Houston County, but with the city of Warner Robins, city of Centerville, city of Perry.
All right. Now, lastly, why do you think you are the best candidate for this position of sheriff?
People ask all the time, why you? And I say, why not me? I look at it like this, 23 years early retirement at Robins Air Force Base. At Warner Robins American Little League from 2006 to 2011 Board of Directors. 2011 I was president. 2010 is when I had envisioned and brought back, now the first time at Warner Robins American Little League, brought the Challenger League with special needs kids, built that out there with 147 kids, and then 15 years coaching middle school sports. And then now I'm currently at SSAI. It's a federal government contractor dealing with contracts at Robins Air Force Base. Everywhere I went, I've left footprints. And I look at it this way: as people say, well, you know, you don't have the law enforcement experience. And I said, hold on now, are we talking about being a sheriff, or are we talking about being a deputy? Because being a sheriff is being a leader. And everywhere I've been, I left a footprint at.
So you have that ability to be that leader.
There's no doubt. And when I look at that, you look at Sheriff Touton, and you go back to his time being working on his farm, being county commissioner, and then being sheriff. 52 years ago, 13 elections. It's worked this long. Only thing changing is, you know, due to him retiring, is the name's going to change to Sheriff Jimmy Dunn.
All right. Well, thank you for that. Now, to watch the full interview and to find out more about the sheriff's running, head on over to 41NBC.com. Thank you so much for being there.
Thank you.